Hey guys, so what's going on? It's Ben here. This is going to be a different type of video today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's just going to kind of be me talking about kind of the state of the hobby, but it's been a little bit of a weird last few weeks as far as just what I'm seeing with new stuff, and I feel like I need to talk about it because I'm someone who's been in this hobby for a long time. I may look young. I'm 29, so I am fairly young, but I've been in this hobby for 15 years. I did take a little break in college, but otherwise, I've been in this hobby for a long time, and I can go through that a little bit. But it's concerning to me what's kind of happening. But I'm gonna start here for people that don't know me. Like I said, I've been in this hobby for a long time. This YouTube channel, I started it in 2011, 2010, doing sports cards. I actually did some group breaks myself. With on eBay, so selling spots on eBay. I was in my own some group breaks with Cards Infinity. I used to get into some of those back when everything was a lot cheaper. I would collect some Mets cards, things like that, but nothing of very high value. My dad had some cards, which I've talked about in past videos. So a lot of 70s stuff is what he had, and nothing of high grade, but like my Terry Bradshaw rookie, things like that were from him. And I've always been interested in cars from a very young age and sports and played baseball through into college. But anyway, I got back into the hobby like everyone else, and continued doing my thing. Got back in around 2017, I think, and the prices just continue to rise, and it is way past the point of return. Um, and I have two little girls and a wife, and two cats and a dog, and a lot happening that's outside of sports cards. And I love sports cards. I really do. I love sports cards as much as anyone. I set up at a couple shows a few times a year. I go to shows. I have a whole card room down here, which I haven't really been shown. Maybe I will at some point. But I like to break new product too. I am someone who does everything in this hobby. So I sell on ComC, I buy on ComC, I sell on eBay, I buy on eBay. I even have bought things on Fanatics Collect. I've bought things on Sports Lots. I've bought things on Facebook Marketplace. I've sold things on Facebook Marketplace. Um, I set up at shows. I've been to the National. I've done all the things you can do pretty much in the hobby from a normal person perspective. And that's really what I want to get at. I am a healthy living director at the YMCA. That is my job. My wife is a pastor. We are are comfortable, but by no means do we have the disposable income to buy product. And when I say product, I mean new cards. And what really set me off was $40 blasters, and that just felt like the straw that broke the camel's back. It it is just that is supposed to be the affordable part of the hobby, and you're telling me I need to spend $40 for a blaster and nothing's guaranteed. Um, I was looking at the SpongeBob Topps Chrome because I liked SpongeBob growing up, and I'm supposed to pay $40 for a blaster. That's just crazy. And it's a lack of, they're just so out of touch with just a normal hobby person. And I feel like I'm a good representation of that normal hobby person with a family, who still enjoys cards, but I have other priorities in life too. And I sell cards on a daily basis to buy other cards, and that's kind of how I do this hobby. But I want to know if other people kind of feel in the same way. I mean, I know I'm kind of in a niche group where I do vintage, but I also do modern, and I do all these things because I don't have one lane. I love that WNBA because of my daughters, and that's why I'm so into the WNBA. Is because I'm trying to get into women's sports because I have two girls. But I love baseball. Baseball has always been my first passion. It's always going to be, and I like collecting modern players while also collecting vintage and doing sets. But I'm really just discouraged with how that's happening and how it feels like betting has just become the main part of the hobby. The repacks are a thing. I get it. But it's just this sports gambling thing is. scary. I mean, I used to do FanDuel in college some back when it was much more low key than it is now. And now that I have a family, I stopped doing all that. But it's just it's not what we want kids to be doing. It's not what I want my daughters to be doing. And this is just me kind of talking off the cuff to you guys and kind of feeling, a little bit discouraged of the hobby that we're in, from a modern perspective. The vintage people are going to do their thing, and I feel like I'm part of that to some extent because I do vintage. I mean, I'm working on a 1971 top set. I love vintage, but I also am in tune with modern, and that is a big part of the hobby, that we need to be mindful of and, um, just think about. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you're kind of having these same feelings. I like breaking a box here and there, and I like ripping things, but it's just become so expensive, and that's just something I'm not gonna be able to do anymore, and that's something I'm gonna have to live with. But um, it's upsetting where we're going. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, and thank you guys for almost 500 subscribers now. That's pretty cool. I didn't expect to get here, but I appreciate everyone who's been supporting me lately and along the way and at all. So thanks. See you guys.